Yeah, it's an unexploded ordnance. Or a UXO. We're leaving as soon as Selfie comes back. We're on standby till then. Doesn't seem like the enemy has invaded this garden yet. Are they on their way? Where's the sorceress? We have to find her and... I've got to do something to show that Selfie can depend on me. Why the search for Alone? Alone, inviting Matthew back to the past where the sorceress searches for it? Could it be the sorceress is trying to make that journey into the past too? Why did the sorceress come into the picture all of a sudden? Was she actually waiting for this opportunity? Wonder if she was living a normal life before all of this. You know, ever since I met all of you, I've been doing some thinking. I can't stop thinking about it. I can't come up with an answer either. Thinking about what? You talk to me again? Oh, no. So she does. Sorry to keep you waiting. Thanks so much for coming all the way out here, everyone. Cheer up, eh? Thanks. Take me with you when you fight the sorceress, okay? I want to get even. I want my revenge. Do we have to fight? Isn't there another way? You know, to avoid any bloodshed? Yo, what are you saying all of a sudden? Maybe someone really smart can come up with a way so we wouldn't have to fight anymore. What are you getting at? If someone can come up with something, that'd be great. But no one's doing anything. They're all scared and easy. All they do is complain. They just pretend to be thinking. They criticize others, but in the end, they can't do anything either. Taylor, why all this? All of a sudden, what do you expect from me? I grew up in Garden. I'm a seed. Do you understand? Matthew? You have to voice your feelings, or else I won't understand. You were part of a resistance movement in Timber, right? Unlike others who were all talk, you took to your weapons and fought. And now you're saying all this? What happened to you? I guess I'm getting scared. Sometimes, when I'm with all of you, I feel like we're on the same wavelength, you know? But when the battles start happening, it's different. Everyone's tempo seems to pick up, and I get left behind. I try to catch up, but it's no use. How far is everyone going? I can't hear anyone. Once I catch up, I wonder, is everyone safe? Will they welcome me with open arms? Is everyone okay? Will we all make it back together? When I start thinking like that, Taylor, I understand. Someone might not be there. Someone you love may disappear before your very eyes. It's tough when you live your life thinking that way. But that's why I fight. When I was a little kid, I was about 4 or so. I was in an orphanage. Plenty of kids, all with no parents. It was around the end of the Sorceress War, so it couldn't be helped. Anyway, that's where I was. And out of all the kids there was one very special to me. Irvine, wanna play? I really liked this girl, and it made me so happy just talking to her. Seffi, what you playing? War! Of course, that would be Seffi at a young age. All violence, all pep. Was that orphanage a stone house? You guessed it. An old house made of stone by the ocean? You guessed it. I knew right away when we first met. Hey, why didn't you tell us? Because you two seem to have forgotten. It just kind of sucked that I was the only one who remembered. Spunky little Seffi and bossy little Quisty. This is just so weird. Huh? Hey, do you guys remember setting off fireworks? That was... this way. So they all led an orphanage together. This was kind of a little weird twist. Little left field. But there is some explanation for it. Aw, he's all alone. Sis, where'd you go? You don't like me anymore? What a shameful sight. So they're all kind of remembering this in their minds right now. How about this? Yeah, the ocean, the lighthouse. We did set off fireworks. Yo! Kids aren't supposed to play with fireworks. I'm gonna tell on you. Cry baby Zell, go back to bed. If I remember this, does that mean I was there too? We all got in big trouble. Then what about my parents and Balaam? The Dinks and Balaam must have adopted you. Yep, that's probably it. I was there. Yo, come on, stop it, Martin. Help. Cry baby Zell. Who's that? Nah. Stop teasing me, Seifer. Oh my goodness. Seifer, my arch enemy. Wow, he was there too. Well, so this all happened after the Sorceress War, the first one. A lot of orphans, a lot of kids lost their parents. Seifer was there too. Except for Taylor. We were all there. Hey, that means... Yeah, I was there too. So they all congregated under the same orphanage after the first Sorceress War. I was always waiting for Sis to come back. I'm all alone, but I'm doing my best. I'll be okay without you, Sis. I'll be able to take care of myself. That didn't turn out okay at all. Sis Ellie. Ellie? Alone? So Alone was Sis. She was a bit older than us, but we all used to call her Sis. Quistis, Zell, Selfie, Irving, Seifer, Alone, and myself. Yeah, I'm not sure what the meaning behind all this is, but we were definitely together. You mean Sis is alone? She's the one that takes us back to Laguna's period. That's why they're chosen. And that's why Taylor is not chosen and doesn't experience this with the rest of them, because Alone doesn't know Taylor and never did. She said she wanted to change the past. I don't know why. There can only be one reason for that. She must not be happy with the present. If that's the case, I'm definitely up for helping her. She's part of our orphanage gang. You didn't even remember who she was! Hey, Selfie, that goes for you too. It's pretty scary we've forgotten all these things. So Mom and Pa are my real parents. I wonder where the orphanage is. So Sis was alone, eh? Everyone was fond of Sis, but you, Matthew, you kept hogging her all for yourself. You sure have a good memory. This is really strange. I don't think I was adopted because of the way I am. Probably the same with Seifer too. You two must have been in garden by the age of 5 or so. Even so, he's never mentioned anything about growing up in an orphanage. And nothing about this has ever crossed my mind when I see him either. Don't you find that odd? That is strange. In my case, I had loads and loads of fun after going to Trabia. It's probably why I forgot all about my childhood, that's what I think. But I don't know what's up with you guys. It's so odd that you would forget. I remember. Yes, I remember now. Things didn't work out too well at my new home. So I came to garden at the age of 10. That was when I first noticed Seifer and Matthew. Seifer and Matthew were always fighting. Yeah, Quistis always used to break us up. Yes, that's right. Seifer was a kid who always needed to be the center of attention, but Matthew always used to ignore him. But eventually they would end up fighting. Matthew could have easily walked away from it, but always took up the challenge. He should have just ignored him, but Matthew, almost in tears, would say, "I gotta do my best by myself, or else I won't be able to see Sis." I guess I was trying to take Alone's place. I tried, but to no avail. That's probably it. Even after becoming an instructor, I couldn't stop thinking about Matthew. I thought it was love. I had to hide my feelings because I was an instructor, but I've come to realize it wasn't. It was my childhood feelings as a big sister that lingered. Oh well. Maybe it still is! Yo, this is getting out of hand. We're forgetting way too much. I can't remember. The orphanage was located... somewhere? Go talk to Quista. Seems like she was shocked. Thanks, Irvine. A misunderstood love? Actually, I'd completely given up when Taylor came into the picture. Hey! It must be the same for Seifer. I'm sure Seifer's forgotten his childhood too, but whenever he sees Matthew, his inner feelings start to boil, and... Is that why he's always picking fights with Matthew? Why is it that we forgot? We grew up together as kids, how's that possible? How about this? The price we pay for using the GF, the Guardian Force. See? It's coming back around to the memory loss. The GF provides us its power, but the GF makes its own place inside our brain. So you're saying that the areas where our memories are located? Or stored? No! That's just a rumor the GF critics are spreading. So if we keep relying on the GF, we won't be able to remember these things? There's no way Headmaster Sid would allow such a dangerous thing. Then how is it that I remember while everyone else forgot? Well, in my case, I hadn't junctioned a GF until recently. That's why I remember a lot more than you guys. How about you, Selphie? Your first experience with the GF was when you came to Balam Garden, right? Yeah. We gave up our memories in exchange for power. It's because of the GF that we forget? Is that why other forces refrain from using GF? I have a confession to make. When I was 12, I went on an outdoor training session. I found a GF in one of the monsters I defeated. I junctioned that GF for a while, so I have experience with GF too. But it's really weird. I can't remember the name of that GF. It must be the GF's fault. What should we do? What should we do? Nothing. What do you mean, nothing? So what do you want to do? You want to stop using GF now? As long as we continue fighting, we're indebted to the powers of the GF. If there's a price I have to pay for that, I'll gladly pay it. Wow, Matthew's really practical. Hey, I know, let's all keep a diary. That way we'll always have something to remind us. You already have a diary, Selphie. Are you sure that's what you want? Maybe that's for the best. Yeah, I don't care if I forget about my childhood when Seifer used to pick on me. What's important to me now is having the power to protect my parents in Balam. They adopted me. There's no way I'm letting go of that power. Hey, do you all remember Matron? She was always wearing black. Let's see. Matron, dressed in black. She's the... Very kind, long black hair. Yes, I really admired her. I see a resemblance. Matron, they look alike. Wait, I just pictured her face and... Look alike? No, that's not it. Matron's name is Edea Kramer. What? Matron is Sorceress Edea. So the woman who caretakered all these children during the orphanage and after the war, the person who raised all these people until they got adopted or sent to Garden, was Edea. So they're all connected. Matron. Sorceress Edea. Why is the Matron... Why? You're wondering why Matron would take over a country or fire missiles and whatnot? At this point, we probably wouldn't even comprehend it even if we talked about it. You're probably right. Hear me out. Seed and Garden were all Matron's idea, right? I'm not a Seed, but I share the same feeling with all of you. Seeds are supposed to fight the sorceress, right? This is strange. That's right, it was when I was being tortured by Zephyr. He wanted to know what seed was. Matron should know. But Matron is Sorceress Edia. There's no denying that. What does this all mean? Matthew, you listening? So, like, this is what I wanted to say. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I understand what Taylor's saying. I understand, but I'm still gonna fight. I want to stay true to everything I've stood for. I'm sure it's the same for everyone. That's why I've thought it'd be best if everyone knew we would have to face Matron. You've all heard this before. How life has infinite possibilities. I don't believe that one bit. There weren't many paths for me to choose. Sometimes there would be only one. From the limited possibilities I faced, the choices I made have brought me this far. That's why I value the path I chose. I want to hold true to the path that had to be taken. I know our opponent is Matron, whom we all love very much. We might lose something very important on the account of the GF. So, backtrack to the parade in Gabaldia. He did not falter and fail at shooting Matron, or shooting Edia at that moment. He didn't freak out because he was worried about actually killing someone. He freaked out because he knew who she was. Nobody else knew who she was. He knew that he was going to fire upon Edia, Matron, the one who raised them after the orphanage. Nobody else recalled that but Irvine, so he was freaking out because he was the only person in the entire group who knew who they were going to kill. And that tormented his mind and freaked him out. So we just got a whole lot of character development in one go because in this one scene, more than we ever had for Irvine at any point previously in this game. So, but I don't mind. It's not like I drifted here on the tides of fate. I'm here because I chose to be here. Is that and more importantly, we all grew up together. But due to various circumstances, we were all separated. As a kid, you couldn't really go out on your own. There were no other paths to take. All I did was just cry. But somehow, we're together again, just like old times. But though a lot's changed. We're not kids anymore. We're strong enough to take care of ourselves. Make our own decisions. We're confronting a big one right now. Do we fight Matron or not? I say we fight. Shoot for a common goal. Hey, at least it'll keep us together a little longer. Yeah, let's do it. We can't run from her for the rest of our lives. It's just such a bummer. I can't believe we have to fight Matron. I know, but Zell's right. We can't run from her forever. Taylor, it's up to you. We're gonna fight. I think it's the only way we can move on with our lives. If that makes any sense at all, come with us. I'm sure that's what everybody wants. Look, look! A gift from the fairies! Snowing. Yo, you want to go check out Edia's orphanage? I wonder what it's like now. You might find a clue. Clue, you mean as to why Matron turned out like this? Probably has to do with something that happened in the past. But the past is the past. It's over, done with. Despite what truth we find, it's not going to change the present. But I want to see too. I don't know what we'll find, but let's head for Edia's house. I guess that's it. We're fighting. You guys are fearless. Fearless? I don't think that's quite right. If you think too hard, you become lost. I think that's what everyone's afraid of. I wish we didn't have to fight either. Yeah, I don't like Selfie's limit break, so she stays out now. Okay. I'm gonna... Hold on. We're gonna head over to the thing here. Get out. Did everybody get unjunctioned? No, nobody did. Good. I'm going to item. Let's go to test. Okay, level 5 test. Signifies a party ability. Yes? You can draw from party. No. You can save the game anywhere. No. When a GF learns ability, some new abilities may appear. Yes. A character ability must be set, otherwise it is useless. Yes. The higher the speed stat, the better chances of using lit. No. Ability is something you learn by gaining experience. No. Under zombie, you could succumb more easily to holy attacks. Yes. Physical attack means harm caused by use of weapons like swords and guns. Yes. You can steal pipe from Wendigo. Yes, I do recall that. 90! No! Okay. Yes. No. No. Yes. Yes. No. No. Okay, one of them has to change. It's this one or the next one. No. Oh, that's even worse! That's even worse. Okay, hold on. That's not a party ability then. Draw from other members. No. No. Yes. Yes. No. No. Yes. Yes. There we go. It was the first question I had wrong. Zell's weapon or gloves? Yes. You can summon GF while silenced? No. Ifrit can learn the fire mag? Yes. If more than one GF use the same junction abilities junction to a character, the effect of those abilities remain the same. What? With the same junction ability? The effect of... Yes. Okay, question 4 we'll come back to if we get something wrong. All status changes return to normal. No, not all of them. You can use attack and draw commands without junction. Draw you cannot, so no. When you set Matthew's gunblade in auto, there is no need to press R. Ooh. I've never done auto, so this is a crapshoot question. Yes? The mag stat determines the strength and effectiveness of magic. Yes. When using auto to junction, you can choose only from attack or defense. No. A Grat uses sleep attacks. Yes. Ho ho! Evade indicates how well you can evade physical attacks. Higher evade stat reduces hits from physical attacks. Yes. Using fire against enemies that absorb fire raises their hit points. Yes. Matthew's finishing blow is different depending on the type of gunblade he uses. Correct. Using fire mag RF, you can find 5 fires from 1 imstone piece. Yes. Only 1 rare card exists in the whole world. That question is not worded right. Let's come back to question 5. A Buell sometimes uses fire. I have not fought Buells long enough to know this. Yes. Spirit only relates to using Confuse. Higher spirit stat increases the success of using. No. A Geezer drops many screws. Enemies level up as you do. Yes. You encounter fewer enemies in the robot if you walk. No. Okay, what? Yes. 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 Okay, we're gonna change it here, okay? We're gonna say yes. Yes. No. Yes. Yes. No. Oh! That was the one thing that we needed changing. Lovely. We'll do one more test. Galbaldian soldiers don't use magic. No, because we've seen them use magic. Weapons can be remodeled into more powerful models at the jump shop. Yes, although we haven't had a chance to do that. Character ability. No, that's a party ability because it's got multiple people. Not a single person. I learned it from the previous test. Casting slow over haste will cancel haste and return the target status to normal. I can't talk. I have not done that before, but it sounds reasonable. But the real trick question here is return the target status to normal. I don't know if it cancels it and then switches over to normal or just slows them. It goes to the thing. So I'm going to say yes, but we're going to come back to this question if we fail. In the forest and the plains on the little map. Yes. Goes over 100%, the element's damage will be absorbed. It never goes over 100%. I've never seen it go over 100%. The garden only exists in Balam. No, there's 3 gardens. There are no bombs in the fire cavern. Yes, there are. Each GF can learn different abilities. This is correct. Junk sells weapons. No, you create weapons. Dang it. No. Yes. No. Did I say yes this time? So we're going to say no this time. Yes. No. Okay. Hold on. No. Yes. No. Okay, we're going to say yes to this one again, like before. We're going to say yes to this one. No. No. Yes. Okay, what are we missing here? Okay, I'm going to change question 3 to yes. 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 No. 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 Yes. No. Wow, even worse! No. Yes. No. 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 Element damage will be absorbed. Yes. No. No. Ah! Okay, we'll come back to it later. There's no point going at this stage. We've spent enough time on the tests.